I just kind of set up really quick, so I'm just kind of like gonna do this really quick. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna just scoot over here so you don't see my boyfriend getting out of the shower. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. Never mind. Go. Go. Okay. I guess I'll just do him right here. He wants to be a dick. Okay. All right. How's it going? So, we are gonna do some readings. I'm just gonna do a couple of them right now because I gotta go somewhere, but I'm just gonna be doing like a couple of them. So like whoever wants one, let me know. That's better. Okay. Somebody said, okay, hi, Xena. Hi, Desiree. Hi, Pinky. Hi, SJ. Let's see who else is here. Hi, Infinity17. Okay. So, yes, everyone can ask. I might not get to all of you. I'm just going to be doing this for a few minutes because I have to go somewhere. But I just want to get on here really quick. I forgot I had to go and do that. So then I was just kind of like, well, I already have my mind set on, like, I want to do this right now. So I'm just going to, like, do it really quick, you know? So I'll answer as many as I can. As many as I can. And then, well, then I'll have to go, but... Okay. Sorry, the hair is kind of crazy right now. Does Thomas like me? Let's see. I don't do yes or no's, remember, but I will look into this Thomas person for you. So Thomas, what does Thomas feel about Xena? This is for Xena, right? Yeah. Okay, so Thomas, what is he feeling currently for Xena? Friends, lovers, like what does he want this to be? Ooh, okay, we have death. So we already have death here. It's like, ooh, and Ten of Swords. Okay, so either he wants to get even, like maybe you did something, or like he knows somebody who you know who did, like there's some kind of situation. But it's either that he sees that there's going to be like a big transformation with you, or he sees it ending quickly. Maybe he thinks you're going to fuck him over. Maybe he thinks because like, you know, I usually don't think of it as like he thinks he's going to fuck you over. He just knows he's going to. No, usually people that do that, I mean, they're thinking about it in a way that's like they're the victim. So it's like, I wouldn't say he thinks that he's going to fuck you over. But, and this is how he's feeling, remember? So it's kind of like either there's going to be this big change and transformation. Like he sees it as a big change, but I feel like he sees it as a big change having to do with like betrayal, you know? So maybe you're going to fuck him over, he thinks, or he's going to be disappointed, he's worried about. So is he going to get this off the ground with her? Does he see anything positive in this connection? I mean, does he see anything positive in this connection? Or potential connection? he sees he's going to have to defend himself a lot. And you guys are going to clash. He's not going to be able to get his point across. You're not on his side. Like, I feel like this person, he's thinking that because he already feels that way about, like, most people. You know, I feel like he has that kind of, like, insecurity, or he just doesn't trust people, or he thinks, like, everyone's out to get him, or he thinks that, like, people aren't on his side all the time. Because, like, for him to just feel this way about you from the gate, it kind of makes me feel like he's just like that anyway, you know? Because, like, why else? So, it's probably not personal. I'm going to turn this fan off really quick. Oh my god, so much better. so much, it's quiet now. But anyway, this person could be a Sagittarius. We have the Sagittarius card here. This could also represent, like, peace and harmony, which does not vibe with anything else I've said. So that's why I feel like either he's a Sag, you're a Sag, or it's talking about, like, basically, okay, the harmony. Like, I don't see there being harmony. I see there being, like, this person's kind of, like, either paranoid or they're just insecure as fuck, so they just think everyone's gonna fuck them over, and that's what they're seeing with you too, which is weird, you know? He's a Leo, you said. You're a Sag rising. I wonder if he has any Sag placements too. Because the peace and harmony aspect of temperance, I don't see that here. But maybe it's saying, like, you know, you need to, like, think about that more. Like, is this something that's going to bring you peace and harmony? Because obviously it doesn't look like it is, you know? So, I mean, that's kind of like something you need to keep thinking about. Like, you like this person, but how much do you really like them? You really like them enough to where you're going to, like, compromise your happiness, you know? Like, is it worth all the clash? Is it worth everything that you're going to have to go through to even, like, make it neutral with this person? Like, this person just doesn't seem like the type that gets along with others easily. Yeah, I mean, it seems like either he, like you said, you know, he thinks you're going to do something. Yeah, the Ten of Swords is like he's already from the gate thinking that. I would say that either you're acting sketchy, maybe you have been known to be a player or something, but other than that, I think it's just him, you know? Because for somebody to just feel that way about you, like, is it a valid reason? Is there a valid reason for him to feel that way about you? Those are the things you need to think about. And if there is, well, then switch up and don't be that person that seems shady. And if there's not, then it's like, you know, there's not much you can do about that, and he's probably going to always be like that. So, he does... I think there's, like, a risk in this, because it's like you're always going to have to, maybe that's you having to defend yourself, because we saw the Seven of Wands, him throwing down those wands, him feeling like he's going to have to defend himself, but really it's like you're going to have to defend yourself. You're going to have to constantly be like, I'm not this person you think I am, like, I'm not this piece of shit, you know, I'm not going to fuck you over, like, from the gate. So it's just not really, to me, worth it. It seems like it's going to be a hassle for you, like, this whole time. So, good luck with that. No, but I think if he does have any feelings, the feelings of worry and anxiety and feeling like you're going to do something to him are overpowering those feelings. So I wouldn't doubt if when you guys are together, it's not very enjoyable. Like, he's tripping all the time, and he's just looking at you weird and feeling like some type of way. Maybe he doesn't even hang out with you that much, you know? And I don't think that's your fault. There's not much you can do about that, you know? How does Z, the Libra, actually feel towards me? He brought in communication, and I'm a bit confused and need to have some insight. How does Z feel about Desiree? Z. What is his reason for communicating with her? What is his reason for communicating with her? Babe, you can come out. It's not pointed at you. What is his reason for communicating with her? Z. What is Z in Desiree's life for? What are his intentions? Okay. So either at one time, you guys were very connected, and then it ended in disappointment, or this could be talking about it ended in disappointment, but he wants to get to a place where you guys are very close. So either you were or you weren't close in the past, whichever one it is. Like, if this has already happened, very connected, Two of Cups, like, see eye to eye, you guys are on the same page, you guys have a lot of the same likes, dislikes, goals, you know, things that you're just, like, values, and just things are, like, very, like, similar, connected, like, you guys click very well, there isn't much clash. I mean, it's like we just get each other and we feel like we're on the same page. So, very connected there, but if you feel like that's not the case, or it's never been the case, then I think that's what he wants to get to, you know, because this is a very connected card here. It's like you can't really, like, it's a very intense energy. Like, you'll know when that's happening. You don't just think, was it the Two of Cups? No, it's like, yeah, oh yeah, we were definitely, like, very connected. And it ended in disappointment. If this hasn't happened yet, though, then I would say that, it's going to, or these are his intentions, right? So it's possible that this is, like, what he's wanting to do or what he's intending to do to get closer to you. So whichever applies. Let's see. How does he actually feel about her, she wants to know. Right now, today, currently. Okay. Sag again. But it could be talking about, if not a Sag, if there's no Sag involved, it's talking about, like, the peace, the harmony, the beauty. I mean, look at the card. I mean, it's just like, this is what he feels about you today, which is very beautiful, very calming. Like, your presence is calming, your presence is beautiful, your presence makes him happier, joyous, just everything is better when you're around, kind of thing. So what's the switch up? Like, what happened in the past here? Can you tell me what happened in the past and why she's confused and what she needs to know, basically, about this person now to not be confused? Abrupt ending. Change, transformation, maybe a lot of transformation on your part. Maybe you had to go through a lot in the past because of this person. And also, this is a Scorpio card, so if there's a Scorpio involved, that's possible as well. So what does she need to know about this person as we move forward into the future and on? What does she need to know about this connection and about this person? You said you're a Scorpio. Ooh. Okay. And there's no Sag involved or anything? Okay. Okay. So break this down for me. Is this what I'm thinking? Give me the High Priestess if I'm on the right track with what I'm feeling this is. Give me the High Priestess if this is what I'm thinking. And confirm that for me, please, with the High Priestess. Ooh, okay, Queen of Swords. Whew, I thought that was the High Priestess for a second. Okay, and the Hierophant. But I would still say that it is kind of along those lines. Like, I was thinking, we got 3 cups here, so I was thinking immediately third party. Now, asking for the High Priestess to confirm that, I got the Queen of Swords, which does indicate that somebody needs to take responsibility for something, and we're talking about commitment here since we have the Hierophant, and we're talking about Taurus, possibly, also with that Hierophant. Also, we could be talking about an air sign, because we have the Queen of Swords here, which would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, we have Scorpio, Sag. So, yeah, I feel like there could be a third party here. Someone needs to take responsibility. This could also be saying he wants to get together and discuss, like maybe he wants to come clean about something or at least own up to something, maybe apologize for something. Just take responsibility for something, that maybe happened in your guys' past, having to do with commitment possibly. Or, because it's the right thing to do kind of a thing. If this jives with you, then that's probably what it is. But if not, then I would say it's that third party situation that's possible. Actually, because, when you look at these cards, you see that, like, okay, somebody wants to take responsibility or someone wants someone to take responsibility. And when we have commitment here, you would think, like, that's not even, if somebody was, like, either, I think they want to own up to something, or this is, like, talking about them wanting to talk about commitment. If it's not about a third party, it's a get-together. Okay? So let me get this clarification so I can not give you that vague-ass answer. Like, is it a third party or not? I don't do yes or no's, but let's see. But we can find out. Well, but let's see if we can find out. We never had anything serious, but I did see a girl on his social media, and I'm not dumb. He wants to see me, though, tomorrow. He's Libra. Okay. So that would be the Queen of Swords, possibly. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. He wants to get together and talk about commitment. And get serious about it. Okay. Give me the High Priestess if I'm on the right track with that. Oops. Of course. Okay. Alright. Well, something is not exactly what it seems here. Like, if it's too good to be true, like you said, you're kind of confused. You're like, why is this person coming back into my life? Well, if it's too good to be true, like, you find that tomorrow, like, he apologizes and says all the perfect things, everything you've always wanted him to hear, or everything you've always wanted to hear him say, and blah, 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 blah. If it's, like, too good to be true, I would say it is too good to be true, and you need to be careful with that, because there's something here with the Seven of Cups. It's like you're not seeing something clearly. You know, like, this person has a mask on. And so, I mean, there's aspects about this situation that are not being seen clearly, and other aspects are going to be true and seen clearly, but some of them just aren't, and it could be very disappointing later. So let's see what that's about here, and then I'll move on. Okay, sorry, you guys. I just kind of been wanting to give a good answer for this. I don't want to just leave you with all these vague messages, you know? Tell me the most important thing she needs to keep in mind when she visits with this person tomorrow and meets up with them. What do you want her to keep in mind for her highest good? What should she keep in mind for her highest good, please? Seven of Wands, Four of Wands, and Five of Cups. Okay, so basically we have Seven of Wands, which is basically saying, like, yeah, there's going to be defensiveness, there's going to be, like, you feel like they don't understand you, or they feel like you don't understand them, or, like, you know, just someone trying to, like, really, like, feeling like people are against them. It's just this feeling of, like, you're not on the same page, you're not on the right track together, like, you're not hearing me, you know, you're not getting what I'm saying, like, I'm trying to say it, but you're not understanding, like, someone just kind of being, like, off track with you. And this is talking about the get-together, I would say, because Four of Wands, you know, we're talking about a reunion of some sort, but it's going to end in disappointment, and let me guess, because you guys are not on the same page, really. I mean, like, I don't know if it's because you're talking about the past, you're talking about, like, something that's happened, or something that you guys just cannot agree on. You know, there's something that you guys are just clashing on tomorrow, and it's going to be disappointing. Like, maybe you never thought you'd clash on such a thing, or you thought you guys are, like, understood each other more than that, or we're on the same page with that. There's something that's going to be disappointing. But the thing about the Five of Cups, too, is that it doesn't have to be so disappointing like it is. You know, the person's looking at the negative in that situation. They're looking at the Three Cups that are already knocked down, and they don't even see the Two Cups behind them that are still standing. Like, they have two other chances. Like, don't let this just ruin the whole thing. You know, have your deal breakers, but, you know, don't just have everything be a deal breaker. Like, maybe this is something that he can change, but then again, you know, you never know. If he's showing you these behaviors now, whatever this is talking about that's disappointing, just look at it and make sure that it's something you can deal with in the long run, because if you can't, then just ditch it now, you know. But if you can, then maybe you can, you know. You're just looking at the negative, or he is. So whoever that is, just try to, you know, keep it positive tomorrow, okay? But also be smart about it, of course, always be careful. Okay, and that's what they want you to know the most is, you know, also remember, if it's too good to be true, probably is. So, just don't fall too hard too quick. Okay. General reading for me. Okay. General for infinity. General for infinity. Okay, you got some arguments or some tension here. Somebody's kind of like, somebody wants to fucking get out of here, escape, do something new, do something fresh, exciting, just something like totally different than they've done, and just like kind of have an adventure, like go off on an adventure. Because I think you're arguing with people, or there's a lot of tension around you, or there's like a lot of arguments and a lot of negativity around you. So you're kind of like, wanting to just go, like without thinking, without planning, just go. So I feel like there could be like you're wanting to just escape something, or you're wanting to try something new, or just get away and just do something fun and exciting. It's interesting because with the Page of Wands, I feel like it's always talking about like somebody who's not thinking before they act. And that could be kind of like a bad thing, like especially because I'm an earth sign. Maybe for some people they're like, that's how I roll. But for me, I'm like, oh, so that can get you in some trouble. But with the Fool here, it's kind of talking about like, yeah, you're wanting to just do something fun and free, not just careless, but just because you just want to get away from all of this negativity and tension. Let's see if this is a good idea for you. And I saw the High Priestess at the bottom, so obviously that's confirmation. That's how I look at it, as confirmation, because she knows things without being told, right? The High Priestess. So it's like, I just feel like she's a confirmation of like, I'm on the right track with shit. So, let's see. What else does she need to know about this? For your peace and harmony. Yeah. Okay, so it's saying use your better judgment. But Temperance, so again, Sag, but also for your peace and harmony, your happiness. Like, this could really level you out. Like, maybe you just need a vacation or an escape, or just to go outside, just to like go road tripping, or like whatever it is, just get away for like a little bit, and just do something fun and exciting and different and new, most importantly new and fun and adventurous. It's not necessarily about like doing things the right way, or doing things the way that you're supposed to, or doing things in a way that's like practical. I mean, be careful, like, use your better judgment. But it's saying like there's aspects about this that you probably need to use your better judgment. Like, don't just go into it like carelessly, but also like don't think about it too much. Like, don't be too like rigid about it. Like, it's something that's supposed to be fun, so have fun and go out and do something different and exciting. Get your heart pumping, get your heart racing, and do something that you can go back and have a story about, with some friends, by yourself. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just have a good time, get out, and just, get away from all of this negativity. When you come back, I'm sure it will be a lot less negative, and your mindset will probably be changed as well. But again, it's saying use your better judgment. So there's going to be areas where you need to like think more than others, and some areas where you just need to like have fun, okay? I would say go on vacay, or, even for just like a weekend, go up state or downstate, whatever, wherever you are. Do something different. Get out of the place you're at, because it's not a good environment for you. It'd be a lot better if you would escape it for a little bit, and do something fun and different. Just go like hiking, or like go on like I don't know. See, I'm so like thinking so much like skydiving. I don't know. That's kind of scary. I don't know if I want to tell her that and have her die or something. That would suck. And so, use your better judgment, but do something fun that you've never done before. Go and have some fun. Get out of the area you're at, because it's not good. It's not good right now. It's not fun, and it's not going to get better until you get out of there for a second. I think I'm going to switch decks, because how are you guys tonight? I'll see you guys in a while. Oh! Smack. Let's see. Caesar, General Seizing. General reading for Caesar. I'm gonna move over here now. This couch is like folding in on itself. I feel like I'm like caving into it. Okay. General reading for Caesar. Okay. Caesar. Tell me what Caesar needs to know. You're on top, boy. Okay, so you're on top in some way. Something's happening. You're winning. Winning! Once said a crazy-ass cracked-out Virgo. Winning. So, yeah, you're winning. People are supportive of you and what you're doing, and you are being celebrated almost. Like, there's congratulations, you know, there's cheers, and it seems like you're, you know, doing really well. Or at least that's how other people see you. If you feel like you're not doing well, that's how other people are seeing you. High Priestess, so thank you. Yeah, you are, you know, either you're in a business and you're kind of like doing better with that, you're going further with it, and you're kind of accomplishing things, or in some way, like your money or your practicality, like your security in your life right now is really going well. I mean, or it's about to, because, yeah, there's definitely a lot here, but I don't think that it's like just coming to you. Like, I think you've definitely done a lot of hard work to get to this point, and people are noticing. I feel like maybe you don't feel that way about it, though. Like, you don't see it that way. Or you're fearful that you'll lose it, and so you can't really enjoy it because you just keep thinking about how you might lose it and how you don't want to lose it. So you're freaking about something. You said, but feel alone. Right, exactly. And so it's like you're not really seeing all the, like, greatness about this. Maybe you feel like you don't have much of a social life is what you're saying or something, because you feel like you're just kind of like grinding. That happens when we're working really hard. We can't always communicate with everyone. Sometimes it's just going to feel like lonely, but let's see if we can get to the bottom of why you're feeling lonely like this, and, you know, if there's anything we can do about it. You're feeling abandoned, left out in the cold. Did something end for you? Something ended, or there was a big change to where you felt kind of like left out in the cold, or you felt like you were kind of left behind. Is it just this job or this work or this, you know, these accomplishments that you're working so hard and you're kind of like on your own, no one's really hitting you up or something? Or is it more than that? Is it like a big event that happened? Because it seems like this feeling of abandonment for sure. From, you know, it feels like there's a big change or an ending of some sort, and so that's why you're feeling like, and that's what made you feel kind of alone. You said relationship. Okay, give me his love life situation. Tell me what we need to know, what he needs to keep in mind for his love life situation. Okay. You're still there. Like, you still have a heart that's open, I would say. So that's good. What else do we need to know? Like, you want to give to someone. You want to take action. Now's time to take action, by the way. If you have somebody that you kind of are interested in, I think now's the time to take action, because this is all about deliberate decision making. This is not about, like, thinking anymore or contemplating, you know? This is about, like, going and doing it. So, I mean, you should have a good result if you do that, because the world's in his hands here. You know, the world, he has his world, and he's also in this world with all of us. So it's like, it's going his way, pretty much. And I would say that, like, you know, you don't really have anything to worry about there. Like, if you want to give, if this person's younger than you, and you want to, like, offer them flowers, perhaps, or just, you know, something, anything, maybe even just emotional comfort or support, or just, you know, tell them a compliment or something, or ask them out. I don't think it'd be a bad idea at this time. I think you'd have a good result from that. Take responsibility for something, though. Like, if you're the type of person that's kind of, like, blaming everyone else for your problems, not going to work out anymore for you. It's not something that works for very long. Like, you can feel sorry for yourself for only so long, and then you have to take action, right? Not saying that you are that person, but for some reason I feel like that's what it's saying, is that maybe you just need to, like, see it a different way and have a different perspective about it, you know, because it's kind of like, the victim mentality doesn't help. I've been there, and I'm still there a little bit sometimes, you know? Sometimes I notice myself doing that, and I'm like, I can't, like, that doesn't help. Like, you think at first it does, like, okay, I feel sorry for myself a little bit, And like that feels like comforting because like you want that validation, but then it's like, okay, now I'm stuck in this place. Like, I don't want to feel sorry for myself. That doesn't help me, you know? That doesn't, like, help me to feel motivated and to move on, like, and to move forward. So you just have to kind of have a different perspective about it and see that, like, you don't want to be held back. You don't want to, like, see yourself in that light. You're not a victim. You're a survivor, remember? So it's, like, basically you just have to, like, switch your perspective and start doing things that you like to do. You're making money, though, I would say, for sure. You're, like, doing well in business. So I mean, whatever is going on with business, I would say that's going really well for you. And that should be very fun. That should be like you feel accomplished, you know? You need a little bit of self-care. You need to like recognize your accomplishments and everything that you're doing a little bit more and see the person you really are instead of just thinking like that you're not good enough because somebody isn't there anymore or something. You know, like you said, a relationship, you felt left out in the cold. I think you're probably just letting that affect your whole situation. You know, you got to just start seeing it as, well, look, people that aren't in my life right now aren't meant to be in my life right now, and there's a reason for that, you know, and I'm on my way. As long as I'm doing me and I'm being myself, I'm going to find the people that are for me. You're doing really well with business. Very caring personality here. So yeah, you're probably pretty sensitive, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's good. If you're not sensitive, that's kind of where it's like you got problems because you're trying to hide something. You're trying to like be a tough guy and it's not working. It's not going to always work. But it seems like you're more sensitive here. Or maybe there's a water sign person coming into your life, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Tell me more about this person that he can ask out or the person coming into his life. Okay, realizations. What else? Ooh. Okay, the moon and the sun here. So be careful, guard your heart, you know, but don't be closed off or anything. Like, guard your heart, but like you can be open to love and to people's like wanting to come into your life or wanting to be in someone's life or just be like friendly with people. But the thing is here, like, you do have a lot of sensitivity. Also, this is Pisces. You have a lot of sensitivity, so it's like, you know, you don't always see things in the way that they are. You know, you see things how you want to see them because you want to see things that are good. You know, you want to see positivity and love and light around you, but you just have to be a little bit more discriminating with, you know, the things that you see and allow in your life and see as a good thing. You know, they're not always going to be good things. It's kind of like you got to see it for what it is, you know? So I think you're doing really well in business, Caesar. It seems like you're, you know, like you said, you're a little lonely. That's fine. That will pass. I think you're going to have a lot of recognition very soon if you haven't already. And I want you to start, like, actually seeing all the things you're doing. Even if you don't have the ideal relationship or person or people or group of friends in your life right now, I want you to just do a little bit of self-care. You know, start thinking about yourself positively. Start seeing your worth a little bit more if you can try that, okay? You got to switch that perspective around, buddy. You got to start seeing all of these things you're doing. Like, not everyone can do that. You're going to have a lot of celebration in your name soon. You need to rest and heal and stop beating yourself up. Don't we all? Don't we all? Okay, is Brad disappointed that we didn't end up working out? Brad. That name is funny. Okay, is he disappointed that we didn't end up working out? I think he thought it was going to be a lot more stable than it ended up being. Like, I think he had a lot of high hopes for it, and obviously thought that it was going to be a stable connection that was going to go a long time and be very committed and be very, like you guys were going to be able to work shit out, and things were going to be, like, stable, you know, and, like, secure. But I think that was a bit overdone, like, to think about it in that way, you know, like, you thought it was going to be something and it just wasn't exactly that, you know, it wasn't as great as you thought it would be. But there was happiness here. I just think that there could be happiness in other places, you know, like more happiness in other places. Like, it just wasn't, like you said, kind of, it just didn't work out, right? There's reasons for that, and I don't think any of them are very, like, serious or, like, very intense. It's kind of just like it didn't and whatever, you know. Like, I'm sure to you guys it's a little bit more intense, but, like, it just, there's no, like, big reason. Like, you guys don't clash that much. It's just, you know, for whatever reason it couldn't go down. It couldn't, like, work out. And I think that there were high hopes for it, and possibly that's why, maybe because there was, like, expectations or something. But there was a lot of love here still, though, too. I think there was a little bit of clash, but it wasn't like you guys didn't, like, get each other. It was just like someone, maybe it was because someone was hiding their emotions, or they just not very open about their emotions. Like, it's not easy for them to kind of, like, express their emotions. And so you guys are doing a lot of mind reading and a lot of back and forth and a lot of, oh, I thought you meant this, no, I didn't, da da da. You know, it's just very, like, mind reading doesn't work, right? So it's kind of like somebody was hiding and sneaking. I think it wasn't really about, like, hiding and sneaking, like, in a big, like, cheating way or anything. It was just kind of like that caused a lot of problems. You know, I think it was emotional, or maybe it was just, you know, you guys you couldn't talk very much or open up very much. Even if it wasn't emotional, like, for some reason there was a distance, and there was just, like, hiding of a person, like the person that they were just hiding that. For whatever reason, they didn't feel comfortable to express that person to you. But I think that caused a lot of problems, and they're probably going to be doing that in other relationships as well. Like, I don't think it's your fault that they did that. It's not like they did it because you were acting a certain way. It's just, like, that's who they are. They're just not very open. So it's kind of difficult for them to be in relationships at all, really, I would say. You know, like, it'll continue to be hard if they can't open up and be themselves. And they're going to keep getting with people that aren't right for them because they're not themselves. So they're going to think they want this, but they think it's something else than it actually is. Because you're a person, and people change, and people grow and develop. And so if you are not being yourself and living out how you want to live, and you get with somebody, then it's not going to work, because then you're not going to, or it's not going to be a happy thing, because you're not living for how you want to be living, you know? So it's kind of like the foundation of it is based on, like, something you're not, you know? So then eventually it just gets to the point where it doesn't work, because you're not happy, because you're not being you. So let's see how he feels about it, though. I'm going to switch decks again, because deck's kind of difficult to shuffle. Okay. Let's see how he feels about this. Ooh. He didn't invest in you. Okay, that's another way to put it, for sure. Okay, I see you guys. I'll get to you guys in a second, okay? Okay. Oh. He knows he had to walk away. He knows it was the right thing. he knew that that was the right thing to do. And maybe it's because he thought, like, you deserved better, or maybe he just thought you couldn't be happy in this connection. Whatever it was, he just knew, like undoubtedly, like, this is the right thing. I just need to, like, separate myself from this. Like, that's what I need to stand up and do, you know, is walk away. And you see how here in this deck, you can see how they're kind of reluctant to get away. Like, this person's kind of leading them away, and they're kind of, like, hunched down. Like, they're not really too, you know, gung-ho on just leaving. They don't really want to, but it's like they know they have to, and that's why they're doing it. So I feel like it's kind of the same for him, you know. It's like, it's not that he's all like, deuces, but it's just like, you know, it's just like, I just have to do this. It kind of sucks, but I mean, I feel like it's the right thing. Like, he's going in cycles here. Circles, cycles. Like, he's coming back to the same whole, like, defensiveness, like, the whole, like, having to, like, there wasn't really a clash between you. Like, I would see this as a clash because you guys just don't get each other. You're trying to get your point across, but really, like, he's going into this again. So it's like, he's just a hard person to deal with. I mean, I would say, like, it's like when it has to do with, like, a connection or love, for some reason, and that's probably because he's hiding something. And not like he's hiding something like a huge thing. I mean, it is a huge thing, but it's just like, not like he has to show that to anyone. It's not really betrayal. It's betrayal of himself, you know, that's for sure. And that's what, it's never going to work out that way. But he keeps, like, trying to be tough guy and trying to, like, not show up for who he actually is, which is going to be troublesome for him every time. He's not comfortable being himself, you know? So it's like he keeps trying to, like, push a person that he's not, you know? And it just isn't working, obviously. He's, like, trying to, like, force something, and it just doesn't work, you know? He's going to have to probably learn that time and time again until he just stops doing that, which sucks. Yeah, it is odd. It's weird. But, I mean, it's really not uncommon that people do that. It's just that you don't really know they're doing that, you know? You know what I mean? So I feel like he's just not happy with the person he is, and he's obviously trying to, like, fit in everywhere he goes, and it just... I mean, it probably works for a second, but then he's not happy there, and it doesn't work out. And it's just like, that must be really hard and disappointing to keep doing. Like, why doesn't he just buck up and be himself already and find the people he wants to be around, or that are his people, you know? Kind of weird. But it's really not. I mean, it's very common, I feel like. Like, it's very common for that to happen with people. Probably more common than we would ever know, because they're not going to just say, hey, yeah, no, I resonate. I'm totally that person. Okay, if I do YouTube as a career, it would work out for me. How much time will it take? Okay. Well, that actually is something that we can't really answer, because you never know how it's going to be, like, your audience, what you're going to do, if you're going to be dedicated to it 24/7. Like, I'm not dedicated. Like, I am dedicated, but I'm not. Like, as you can see, I'm not very consistent all the time. And it's affected my channel for sure, you know? So you got to be dedicated to it all the time. I'm one to talk, right? But, you know, just make sure you're ready to do that, because it's a big thing that you have to be consistent with. Okay, let's see. What do we need to know about this journey of his that he wants to go on and try? Do it. Just do it. Like I said, you know, make sure you're ready to do it. Fuck all that. Just do it. You know, you've been contemplating this for a long time. I think it's a good idea to at least try, you know, to at least get out there and try, because this card's saying, look, no more thinking, just go and do it. Like, take an action. Either don't or do, you know, but I would say just do. Try it, you know, and if you fail, fuck it, you fail. Like, you can try again, or you can do something else, but you'll never know if you don't try, like they say. But seriously, I think it'd be a good idea for you to try to do that. If that's something you want to do, go ahead and get out there and do it. But it's just saying, like, you need to just do it already. Like, stop questioning if you're going to do it. Either do it or don't. But do something. You know, take action now. You're thinking about your security. Hang on to your money. Don't be doing anything crazy with your money. Don't be believing, like, all these scams, you know. Just be doing it, like, saving everything you make. Just try to save it. And you're seeing the negative of this. I want you to change your perspective and try to open up your eyes to the possibility of it working out. And not so that you can be disappointed later, but that so you can see that there's 2 cups here still standing. There's 3 that are knocked down right here, but there's 2 that are standing here. And that's because these are 2 other chances that you have to do something different. But you can keep doing the same thing you've been doing. and you can get the same result, these cups knocked over, and that would be disappointing. But if you do something different with these cups, like if you go across this bridge behind right here, and then you get to this castle over here in the background, then you find something new and exciting, and I think that's your channel. That's something you gotta do. You gotta do different things than you've done. Like, whatever's caused you to fail in the past and not, like, follow through on things, like, or things aren't working out, like, for whatever reason you fail or whatever it is, just know that there's things you can learn from all of those situations. Like, do I need to wake up earlier? Do I need to go to sleep earlier? Do I need to eat better so that I don't, like, stay up all night on junk food or whatever and, like, not want to get up in the morning and do anything and then I eventually fail? Or, like, you know, whatever it is. These little habits can be changed, and you need to start deciding and finding out what those habits are so that you can change those and, you know, get yourself a routine and do something different than you've always done. That's, you know, the things that have contributed to your failure. I guess we never really fail because it's a learning experience, but your failure before, change those things. Like, I mean, there's different ways to do things, and that's what you have to find out what those things are and then change them. And then you're on the right track to doing something better for yourself. I need to take my own advice, right? So maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I would say that you can do this. It's just that you have to, like, stop doing the things you've always done, because that's what this is talking about. Like, you can take these 2 cups and you can do the same thing you've always done and you can get the same result and be disappointed. Or you can find that castle, you can go over that bridge and find that castle and do something different and find a new experience for yourself and maybe have a chance to actually succeed with this. It takes a while, it takes a long time, you know, you can't just expect it to happen overnight, obviously, but you also can't expect it to just be like you can't really expect it to be at any time. You just have to work at it really hard and just keep doing it, just keep pushing it and learn all you can learn about how the algorithm works and everything like that. And while we're talking about that, can you guys please like this video if you haven't already? Just go ahead and like down at the bottom there. I'd really appreciate it. It helps YouTube to see that people are engaging and people like this video, so they're going to show it to other people, you know, stuff like that. So thank you so much for being supportive of my channel and being here, especially. Okay. So, let's see now. What else do we want to do? Aquarius's current feelings towards me. Them Aquarius people. How's this Aquarius person feeling towards Nearville? Ooh. Ooh. Do you guys have a past? And if not, then we're talking here about a person that's kind of resentful about their past. You know, they're resentful about how things have come to be and where they're at now. And either they've developed a player kind of like non-committal kind of way of being in relationships, or at least that's what they're feeling about you. Like, they're feeling like you're like that. So either way. And if you know, like, they don't feel that way about you and you feel that way about them already, then we already know what it's talking about. But whatever resonates with you, whatever scenario, somebody here is a player type, and I think it's because of resentments from their past relationships. It could be involved with you. It could be just their past relationships in general that have caused them to become this way. But yeah, I would say that it's not really a person that you'd want to date, because they're not really the best partner. They're kind of resentful, and they have like these like hang-ups that they're like letting affect other people, you know, and they're with. Like, they're not too happy about committing and sharing that with somebody. How do they feel about her? How does this Aquarius person feel? Well, I guess you didn't say it was a girl or guy. So how does this person feel about Nerville? So as of now, they feel very connected to you and very, like they want to open up and share with you. So I would say they feel very connected to you and like they want to communicate, they want to share ideas, they want to talk, they want to collaborate, they want to work together on things. They do want to get to know you right now. And, you know, they feel very connected to you right now. Just because of the first cards, though, I feel like that's going to change. But, you know, maybe it won't. I mean, but that's the person that I feel like they are in relationship. So, I mean, it's not likely to change, but you know, maybe you can change that. But if you can't, don't think that that's your fault, okay? Because it's not. You know, this is not anything to do with you, but it's headed towards here. It's saying this. So this in the beginning, it should be good between you. You know, you shouldn't have any problems there. But I don't think this person's committed, and I don't think that's your fault. You know, if they aren't committed, and if that happens, if that continues. Hi, Nick. I guess Nerville is not here. Whew. I know. I don't know. I've just been busy, you know. Such a lie. Okay, I don't really know. I just haven't been able to get on. Like, sometimes I just don't feel it, you know? I don't feel, like, motivated enough to, like, get on and, like, do, like, all this stuff. Like, it's kind of a lot of energy it takes, you know? So it's like when I do get on, I want to be able to give that to you guys. So it's like I just haven't felt it, you know? So, to be honest with you. So, but here I am. But this is going to be a short one today. I might have to get off here soon. But, Nick, what did you want to know? And then, I'll answer that for you. Yeah, it's kind of difficult sometimes, especially when you want to, like, give your energy to everyone you can. It's difficult. Even when you're ready to do that, it's still difficult because it's, like, it takes so much energy that you just, like, you want to give everyone, like, a good reading. You don't want to give people half-assed readings. So it's, like, you want to just give all your energy, but it takes a lot, so. But I was like, I want to get this in here real quick because I just really felt it right now. Like, I wanted to do it. Like, I just felt motivated to do it, so. Who's coming in love? Who's coming in love towards me this year? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Who can we get a sign, like a person's zodiac sign for her? If there's love ooh. What is first of all, well, what is her love life going to be centered around this year? Like, what's the theme, or what do we need to keep in mind? What's a message about her love life in general that we need to keep in mind as we close out 2021 and start 2022? We have, okay. Great, I love it. We have Capricorn and Leo. But if we're not talking about the signs, well, we could be talking about either one. I mean, we could be talking about both of these things. But another thing I want to mention about the Devil and the Strength card is that it's saying, like, be strong, because you're going to have temptations. You're going to have things you want to go and do that aren't a good idea, and you know they're not a good idea, and you just need to be strong through those things. Like, it says be smart, not strong, even though this is saying be strong. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like saying don't even put yourself in that position. Like, know better before you get there. Like, don't just think, oh, I'm going to be strong enough, like, I can do it. Like, they say it when people are, like, you know, trying to get clean or whatever. Like, I could just have one drink, or I can go to the bar and not drink, you know, I haven't drank. And it's like, no, you can't. Like, just don't even, like, try to be strong. Be smart. In this situation, I feel like it's kind of like saying that. But even though it's the strength card saying be strong enough and smart enough to know that this is a temptation. You know what's going to happen if you do that. You know what's going to happen if you talk to that person, if you get close to that person, whatever. You do these things, you start to feel sad and lonely. I mean, make sure that you have a plan, you know, like get ahead of yourself before these things happen. This time of year I start to feel like this, and then I hit that person up, and then it's disappointing every time. Or I do this, and then I start to feel this way about myself, or I start to do these things, and then that makes me feel bad. Like, you know, you know yourself better than anyone, so you know what these little triggers and temptations are. I think you just need to, like, be ahead, like take a step ahead of yourself, know what's going to happen already, which you already know pretty much. Like, and I don't know, don't waste too much time on, like, worrying about this, but it's like, even have little scenarios, like, if this person hits me up, what am I going to do? Or if I go over here and see this person, what am I going to do? Like, know already what you're going to do, so that when that happens, if it does, you already know what to do, and it's not as hard to make that decision. Like, you already know how to, like, have your own back about that. You don't need to, like, decide on the fly, because you probably won't make the right decision. There are temptations in your life that you feel pulled to and drawn toward, and these things you just need to be aware of a little bit more and be strong about it. You know what's best for yourself. That's what your love life is going to be. That's the theme. Okay, so that's what you need to think about. Everybody that you're interested in, you got to think, like, is this person good for me? Like, really think about it. Don't just let your emotions take over and fall for somebody who feels good, because they all feel good in the beginning, right? Everyone feels good at first. It's somebody new and exciting. They're giving you attention. I mean, it feels fun. It's great. But it's not always the best decision just because of that alone, you know? Consider everything that they have to offer. Or don't have to offer, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't think this is like somebody new. I think this is somebody that you would already know, because it's a temptation. You know, if it's somebody new, it's not really a temptation, because it's just like it could be tempting to go, and maybe you shouldn't, but like it's more of like something that has been a temptation. Like, this is a temptation, and you know that already, so you have to, like, prepare yourself, you know? So let's see. Can we get a sign of anybody new coming into her life, or maybe even this old person? Like, just give us a sign in general of who this is talking about with this temptation, first of all. We could be talking about a Leo or a Capricorn with that one, but who else could we be talking about here with this temptation? With the Devil here, who is this representative of specifically for her? Could be an air sign person. Okay, I have air, earth, and water. I have younger earth. If it's an earth sign, it would be somebody younger than you. So if you're older, or if you're younger than them, not an earth sign person, I would say. At least with the cards we have here. But we don't have a sign yet, specifically. We don't have a sign coming out, but we do have air, Queen of Swords, earth, Page of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups, water. So take responsibility for something, someone taking responsibility for something having to do with like a younger earth sign person, or a message about stability, security. Like, maybe they wanted to bring that into your life, and they kind of offered that to you, but they didn't really, they couldn't take responsibility. They couldn't, like, keep up with that whole promise, you know, like, they couldn't hold their end of the bargain. They kind of, like, fell through with that, you know, because this is talking about commitment. It's someone taking responsibility, so it's like, whatever they were promising here, it was like a premature thing. It was like a thing that you don't just do. Like, that's like young people shit, because it's like, okay, we don't even barely, like, how can you just, like, say you're gonna do that? But you thought that they were honest. And maybe they thought they were too, but it's just something that you don't do. It's like childish. Like, you don't do that like that, you know, like, you don't just promise all these things like you're gonna, like, do something like that quick. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's like, it's just a young energy. It's like very immature, like, kind of like all these hopes and dreams that aren't really realistic, you know, and aren't really their responsibility in the first place. Kind of just like something that's just like something that you don't do. Like, it's premature. prematurely doing it and offering you this. But they couldn't, like, hold their end of the bargain. Like, they couldn't, like, follow through with it, you know? So it's like you just kind of feel like you were let down. Whoever that resonates with. Is there anyone new coming into her life this year? Anyone new coming into her life this year? Ooh, okay. Ten of Swords. So you're trying to get your point across and it's not working. You know, I think this is probably talking about the past person, just because Ten of Swords, it's like you're getting fucked over again. Like, it's not the first time. At least it feels that way. It feels like a betrayal, I should say. It's not necessarily fucked over. I mean, it can be, though. But if it wasn't, like, it just felt betrayal to you, that's possible. But, like, you know, usually that's what you would consider being fucked over, is a betrayal. But, you know, it's not necessarily like they did anything specific. But I feel like, yeah, they hurt you. You know, it hurt when they betrayed you or left, or just kind of like you were dead to them, or they cut you off, or whatever it is. They, you know, it hurt a lot, and that's probably going to happen again, but you already kind of know that, you know, so it's kind of like, just, again, don't let that temptation in. You said you're trying to get over the person. Keep trying to do that, because, you know, there's no reason to really allow them back into your life. I mean, there's no reason to do that, because that's what would happen again. It would be the same thing. It would be possibly even worse, you know, because I don't know how you felt at first, but Ten of Swords is coming up now. So if that's better than what you had before, I mean, I can't see what would be worse than the Ten of Swords, you know what I mean, in a relationship. Maybe that's why the sign's not coming out. That's interesting. You don't even know what it is, so maybe that's why we're not getting it. That's crazy. Yeah, so definitely, definitely be careful. Um, yeah, like I said, I don't really see how it could get worse than the Ten of Swords, you know? So it's like, that's a no-no. Like, that's a no, don't go in that direction, you know? And it's actually saying, you know, take some rest for right now. And maybe even being single for a while is a good idea. Like, not getting involved with, even if you like this person a lot, it's kind of like, you need to be right with yourself first, so that you know, like, you're going to be okay if something goes down. Like, you know, we never expect people to just fuck us over, but, like, sometimes we can see it before it happens. We just didn't want to. That doesn't make it any less painful, but it's like, sometimes we just need to get right with ourselves first before we can, like, move on to someone else, because then we're going to be thinking they're going to be doing certain things, or we're just not going to be able to open up enough. We're not going to be ourselves enough. Like, we're going to be all, like, worried about other things, and, like, them fucking us over too. So it's just a good idea to get some rest before you get back out there into the dating world and all of that. Like, get right with yourself, you know, take a moment, just take a second, and just be like, look, this is what I want, this is what I don't. And write that list down, and make sure you are doing that with everybody that you're considering dating. Like, no, like, if somebody, like, say a guy, like, you know, talk shit to, like, his sister or something, like, women in general, like, you know, you don't want to go there, you know what that is, and that's ugly. And, or, like, for example, and then, like, some guy, like, okay, they pay their own bills, have a job, or, like, you know, take care of things around the house, or, like, have responsibilities. You're like, oh, yeah, that's what I want. Like, you know, you're like, okay, that's one of the things I want, you know. And this guy who's, like, cursing at, like, all women, like, no, like, I don't want that, you know, like, I don't want to deal with all of that. Like, I already know, you know ahead of time, like, what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to have in your life. So I think that's a good idea, you know, figure out what those things are, so that you don't have to, like, make any compromises and then regret that later, you know? Like, I really like them, but now they're doing this weird thing. Maybe I could just accept it. No, don't do that. You will regret it. Okay, so, yeah, but definitely heal, love, definitely take some time to yourself. It's rest period, you know? And it's just, like, being single, I feel like, too, it's saying, like, just take a second, take some time, take a moment to just, like, be with you, you know, and be happy with yourself first, and then be like, okay, I can invite another person to this, you know. I think I can do that now. I think I want to, like, socialize and, like, have somebody else in my life. That's fine. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna probably come back on later tonight. It's getting kind of late already. If not tonight, then tomorrow. So I want you guys to be there. I really want to get everybody's reading. I only did a few tonight. I'm sorry about that. I just have to go somewhere. But I wanted to get on here and get some readings done, because I haven't done any in, like, over a week. So yeah, you guys subscribe and like. Thank you, Lynn. And thanks everybody for being here, returning subscribers, new subscribers. Hopefully you guys subscribe and want to come back tomorrow night. And hopefully I get a chance to do your guys' readings. So you can only know if you come. Okay, Sunny Joe, right on. Cool. Okay. You guys have a great night. Thanks for being here. See you guys tomorrow.